Speaking of nightmares, we got this. This was another. Some of you were asking who could paint a Ferrari like this. You know that Ferrari and many other high end luxury, or in this case sports, we could them call them sports cars. They have very specific rules when you want to paint or modify the cars. I think the Ferrari is really strict about that. And this image is AI as well. Nobody has done this. I remember that it was Justin Bieber that got into a lot of trouble because he basically just wrapped a sports car in leopard skin, and well, the manufacturer got really angry about that. And well, this is not something that you can do. Well, you can do if you don't want to get a Ferrari from the dealer anymore. You will be able to buy it from someone else, but no, you will not be able to do this. But at the same time, we find out that Ferrari did not learn from Jaguars or Fagwars or whatever is the name lesson. And we have this thanks to Nick Sortor. Ferrari has now gone woke and is preaching inclusivity. And nothing says inclusivity like requiring background checks and social status checks for entire families. No, it's not enough to make sure that you haven't modified your Ferrari. I remember the anecdote of John Carmack, one of the creators of Doom, that the first thing that he did when he got, the Doom money was to, I think it was the Doom money or the Wolfenstein money. He bought a Ferrari, and the very next day he went to an aftermarket garage, and he installed a turbocharger. He modified a lot of things, and Ferrari got really mad at that. I understand that they banned him for I don't know how many years, but it's John Carmack. Maybe he can do whatever he wants with his Ferrari, but that is a thing. And then it is like counterintuitive, right? Like Ferrari is so careful with their cars and their clients, but now they want to really F up their clients. We proudly reaffirm our commitment to equality, equity, and inclusion by endorsing the new Diversity and Inclusion Charter alongside F1 and the FIA. Through encouraging education, breaking biases, maybe unconscious biases, but who knows, and ensuring transparency, we're creating a more inclusive industry. All gobbledygook, all, word salad, or unnecessary. Why is this unnecessary? Which Ferrari client needs this? Who, in their sane mind, with money to buy a Ferrari, would need this? And this is what Nick Sortor pointed out. Pass a background check. This is if you want to buy a Ferrari from the dealer. You can always buy a Ferrari at the aftermarket. Aftermarket is the name. Is in the market. Somebody a second-hand Ferrari. Pass a background check. Potential Ferrari owners must first undergo an extensive background check to ensure they fit the mold of the brand and its desired image. If at some point I get to have the money to buy a Ferrari, it seems that I won't be able to do so because they would instantly look at my Twitter account, my X account, and say, "Oh, yeah, this guy is a racist, misogynist, or something like that, and he can't have one of our cars." Well, so be it. I want a Cybertruck in all cases. The company checks your driver history to see if you have any significant accidents or vehicle-related incidents. All right. Other factors might include family background. You're gonna check my family background. You're not gonna get my business. I'm not gonna buy your cars. I have, just to be clear, the only Ferrari I've ever wanted to have is the Ferrari Enzo. That is my favorite. It's not my favorite Ferrari. It's the only Ferrari I have ever liked. The Ferrari Enzo was perfection in design. It's that design was just perfection. It's one of my, I don't know, my best three high-end sports cars of ever. But this is not worth it. Social status. Social status. This is what? China? The social credit score, and additional affiliations. So if you are on or near the body language guy, Jesus Enrique Rosas, you might as well don't have a Ferrari. Don't say you watch my show, because you will not be able to buy a Ferrari either. The company selection criteria may change depending on the make and model you're interested in. In some cases, you may get put on a wait list. Yeah, you know what that means. It's like the wait list of Rolex, which is completely made up. So be patient and do your research. Yeah, they absolutely lost the plot big time, and well, I really couldn't care less. And it's sad, because I don't think that the original makers of this of this brand, Enzo Ferrari, I don't think that he would have wanted something like this. Oh, this is nonsense. This is woke nonsense. And you know what else is nonsense? That we are speaking about history, that we are speaking about legacy. I find this the sign of the times. Thank you, Lulu, LA, flying the flag of our British royals. The best of British is being destroyed. This is a cautionary tale of things to come. The woke mind virus, the destruction of classical ideas, the obliteration of traditions is still going on. No matter if you think that we might have gone over the top, and we're no. This is bad. Smithfield Meat Market and Billingsgate Fish Market are sadly to be closed after 850 years. 850 years trading after City of London Corporation voted to withdraw support. I don't understand how can private citizens, I don't know, fund this in some way? How a market that has been active for more than 800 years. This is almost a millennia. It's like 800 years that it's gonna close, because what? Here they were back in the 1960s, and I can guess why there are no people who want to finance this, because all the British millionaires are fleeing to other countries. All of them are just leaving the UK. It's like in Germany. They are leaving Germany, leaving the UK. They don't want anything to do with this economies, these governments who are destroying not only the livelihood of British citizens, but also culture and tradition. They are essentially erasing history. They want to erase history, and this is just part of the globalization agenda that we must fight. This has to be called out. This has to be stopped in some way. But sadly, everything is about the money. And if the country keeps scaring the money away, if the country keeps scaring millionaires away, I know that many people, they are millionaires, they can go and take their money elsewhere. Yeah, but then that means that the government will end up controlling the means of production, which is ultimately the Marxist approach to things. And you know what happens then? That you can control the population. If you can control the means of production, if you can control, that's why the taxes, the inheritance tax for the farmers, all is part of the plan. All this 2030 agenda. If we do things right, we will be able to slow this down, and if we win, we will be able to stop this. I don't want this.